Well, thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here and to share this stage with such an interesting and inspiring group of people. This is a mysterious black box. You are clearly not ready for this. We may get back to that later. It is with no small amusement that I find myself bundled into this particular section, primarily themed on puzzles. During my life, I have devised 2, perhaps 3 reasonably good puzzles. So clearly, it is not on that basis that I am included here. I am here because I am, in the broad sense, a magician. And in modern times, the distinction between puzzles and magic has become blurred. This confusion is understandable. After all, both disciplines would seem to have the same starting point for their explorations: mystery. And mystery is a perfect topic for EG. As Robert Oppenheimer observed in 1954, both the man of science and the man of art live always at the edge of mystery. But there are different types of mystery. Some mysteries are meant to be solved. Some mysteries are meant to be savored. I reside in the latter camp. It is, in fact, the older camp. After all, magic is the world's 3rd oldest profession. Advertising. Despite these deep roots that span tens of millennia, the magicians of the 20th century were able to accomplish something quite extraordinary over the space of less than 100 years. They managed to take something that is inherently profound and render it trivial. I believe, I imagine, that there is something left to reclaim. Over the past 5 decades or so, I've tried very, very hard to come up with a succinct yet functional definition for theatrical magic. Here's the closest I have managed to come up with. Magic is the aesthetic exploration of mystery. There's that word again. Sadly, in recent times, the word mystery in the English language has become corrupted, distorted. Frankly, I wish we had a better way to express that idea, a better word to play off of. Something perhaps in between the Japanese fushigi and the Spanish duende. An approach to mystery that might be along the lines of what Goethe said in trying to describe Paganini back in 1930. A mysterious power which everyone senses and no philosopher explains. I suppose we can try to introduce new forms of nomenclature, but quite frankly, I'm pessimistic that that would work. So the solution seems to be to rethink one's own approach to mystery and attempt to teach by example. You see, magic is victimized by its secrecy. Bear in mind, magic is hardly unique in that regard. As George Bernard Shaw once put it, every profession is a conspiracy against the laity. Doctors have secrets. Lawyers have secrets. Tap dancers have secrets. Professional wrestlers have really good secrets. But only magicians wear their secrecy on their sleeves, pushing the existence of those secrets so far to the front that they cannot be ignored. And what this does in turn is it damages the interface between the magician and the audience. The viewers are led, incorrectly but inevitably, to a false definition of what constitutes good magic. And that definition is simply that it worked. If the hat is shown convincingly empty, and there are no awkward movements, no flashes of hidden mirrors or dark cloths, and then a rabbit is taken out of the hat, well, this is judged as being good magic. But this is the equivalent of getting the notes in the right order. That's not what makes good music. It's the start of making good music. So, how shall we go about making good mystery? I think there are a couple of different approaches to this idea. And if you'll move the crib sheet to the next page, I will continue. I could do this extemporaneously, but I put so much work into writing this. I'll offer two approaches today regarding the way in which we can perhaps try to restore some profundity to mystery. They are not perfect solutions. They are viable works in progress. Theatrical magicians typically divide their work into two main parts, the effect and the method. The effect is what the audience perceives, and the method is the secret means by which the effect is accomplished. So one way that we might address this problem is to reject this classic dichotomy, where method and effect are kept as far apart as possible, at least in the perceptual field, and instead to find out what happens if we take the opposite tack and allow method and effect to converge. Here's an example. Could we kick up some house lights for just a moment? I'm going to ask someone to get involved, but he or she does not have to leave their seat. And I think we'll make use of the lady sitting back there, the blonde hair and the blue. The one looking down to see what color she's wearing, yes. What is your name? Aileen, hi. This is a pack of cards, 53 of them to be exact. There's a joker. And Aileen, you can stay in your seat. We're going to make this very, very easy. All you need to do is to call out the name of your favorite card nice and loud. The Queen of Hearts. That's a popular favorite. I'm going to fan the cards, Aileen, so that the back of each and every card is exposed to you. I'm going to do this in such a way that hopefully the people in the front will be able to see that I really am allowing at least a bit of every single card to be seen. Yes? You tell me whether I begin from on your left or on your right. The choice is yours. From your right. I'll start moving my finger along from the right. Whenever you like, you call out stop. Stop. Exactly there? All right, the people in the very front. You can see that my finger is on the exact corner of the exact card the young lady stopped me on. I have not moved over even a single card, correct? Yes, at this point I used to say, this isn't TV, you can answer out loud. But that was the old new vaudeville. Let me tweeze this card very slowly. It really is still the same one, yes? It's important we establish that because, Aileen, a moment ago, you named a card. You said stop wherever you wanted. It could have been over here, down here, back here. Instead, you chose to stop me here, just a little left of center, much like many members of this audience. A moment before that, you named a card. The card you named was the Queen of Hearts, which is precisely where you stopped me. I don't have to be a mind reader to know what certain people are thinking. The gentleman here is thinking, big deal, they're all the Queen of Hearts. Sir, if they were all the Queen of Hearts, that would mean that I would have had to have known in advance that the young lady was going to name the Queen of Hearts, which in and of itself would be pretty goddamned impressive. Sir, that would be the coward's way out. The deck of cards is going home with Aileen as a souvenir, and I appreciate your getting involved. If you could hand these back over your shoulder to the young lady, that's a little gift for you. So that, thank you, that is a solution. That is a solution to this problem. It's not necessarily entirely satisfying because there are members of the audience who are unable to define what they have just witnessed. I mean, some of you perhaps are uncomfortable with the notion that a mystery, with its mystery component set aside, is somehow still a mystery. I hope you understand what I'm trying to accomplish here. Frankly, finding and creating and sharing true mystery has an impractical work ratio. It's sort of like panning for gold. A day, a week, a month or more may yield just a few grains of the elusive stuff. Perhaps that's okay. Perhaps the deeper mysteries are not meant to sustain. Maybe it's better if they have just a glimmer of existence. A glimmer could be enough. Maybe some moments are not meant to sustain. Let's remember that there's a French expression for orgasm that refers to orgasm as la petite mort, the little death. And if you have one of those that sustains, it just becomes death. So let's imagine that we can share, that we can collectively possess one such moment of mystery. And let's imagine that that moment is contained in this mysterious black box. I'd like to get two people to join me on the stage for just a moment. The gentleman with the creative facial hair in the front row, what is your name, sir? Eric, if you can make your way onto the stage, careful of the equipment, but do make your way up here. They'll give you a nice round of applause. It's almost Pavlovian. Thank you so much. We'll get someone to join you from a little further back where they thought it was safe. How about the lady right there who's got her hands folded together? What is your name? That would be you, yes. Nadezhda. All right. You can understand my English enough to come on the stage. Good. Come. Over on this side. Nice to see you. Over here. Okay. No, you cross over here. This is all going to work, I promise. Come over here. Hi. Nice to see you. And it was Eric and it was Nadezhda. Yes. Come join me here at the front. Face forward. Head up, shoulders back, look good. You're in show business. Come on. Come in. I don't bite on stage. We look sort of like a bizarre singing trio. Maybe a little punk for this room, but it'll suffice. Inside the mysterious black box, there is something rather creepy. I'll show you. It's a book. Specifically, it is a book by H.P. Lovecraft. By definition, that makes it creepy. Are you familiar with the work of Lovecraft? H.P. Lovecraft was an American author from about 100 years ago, and essentially he was a creep. Hence, what he wrote was creepy. We're going to make use of that. You hold on to that for a moment. The box is going to be held by you. It's very important, Eric, that you hold it in both hands, keep it level, and no matter what happens, do not drop the box. If you feel something moving, do not drop the box. If there's a change of temperature or any other condition, do not drop the box. Keep it level, keep it there. Fair enough? All right. Have you ever read any Lovecraft?
I know it, I don't have to read it.
Well, you will in a moment, but Lovecraft wrote rather amazing, fantastic stories about strange things. This particular collection is called The Doom That Came to Sarnath and Other Stories. That's just such a Lovecraftian title. You just tell me stop. Okay, at some point in the book is preferable.
Tell you what.
Okay, say stop when you like.
Okay, stop.
Okay. Thank you. Can you see the page number in the light?
Yes.
What page is it?
78.
78. Actually, it's 78 and 79, but you went for 78. That's good. I'm going to ask you to look over page 78 and choose a noun, a physical noun. All right, not an emotion, not but a physical noun. Whatever you hold on, because whatever you choose, and there's a lot of stuff here. I mean, that's a noun right there. There's a noun over there. Whatever item you choose, whatever physical item you choose, is going to wind up being inside that box. Hold the book and look over the page. Let's get this clear. If she picks the word carpet, there will be some carpet inside the box. If she picks the word dog, there will be a dog inside the box. A very unhappy dog. Did you pick a noun for us?
Yes.
What did you pick?
Face.
Face. A human face. All right. Face. Well, it's viable. It's viable. All right. Hold the box level. Do not drop the box.
I will try.
All right? Face. Okay. Face. I didn't meet you before the show and tell you to say face. I didn't make any suggestions. In fact, you picked that word all on your own. The box is hinged with at the side toward you. It opens at the far end. Very carefully, keeping it level, face. Open the box. Ladies and gentlemen, it is 2014. You're adults in a modern civilization. You own cell phones, you own computers, and yet some of you actually believed for a moment there was going to be a face in this box. My work is done here. I like that part. Hold the box steady. Don't let go. Let's take this slightly differently. We'll get something out of this. What was the page? Do you remember?
78.
78. Turn to page 78. We'll pick a different word that may be a little less odd than face. Just. Hang on. That's 76. That's 79.
Where is it?
Open the box. Back to your seat. Thank you so much for helping me get back to your seat. A little mystery that I thank you for sharing with me. That does it for me. Thanks so much.